Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a rose gold cut crease that I've gotten a ton of requests for. I just posted this look on my Instagram yesterday and I asked if anybody would want a tutorial on it and everybody said yes please. So that's what I'm going to do. I might be using a couple different shadows since I've gotten new ones since I originally did that look. So I thought that, you know, I'm probably just going to use the stuff that I like now. I know you guys are probably getting a little bit tired of the glitter cut creases. So this is going to be my last one for a little while because I have a couple other videos planned that I want to do. So I'm going to be doing my beauty room tour. I have a Morphe haul that I want to do, which might get done next. And then I was going to do a 50 facts about me tag maybe, or something along that lines where I'm talking to you guys just one-on-one. So this is going to be a talk through tutorial. I'm going to try to cut it down so it's not as long as the one last time was. Not to mention I'm a little bit sick, so I'm going to try to not be as chatty, which is a struggle for me. So I hope you guys are excited to see this video, and let's get started. Okay, I'm going to zoom you guys in super up close and personal so you can see how I do this look exactly on my eyes. So please ignore the ridiculousness that is this right now. This little friend that popped up here today. Lots of fun. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Also ignore my nails. If you see my nails, they're trash right now. So what are you going to do? Alright, so first thing we're going in with is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I use Fair Neutral. And I'm just going to put that all over the eyelid. I'm hoping this stays in focus the whole time, that'd be cool. Alright, and just like before, I'm going in with Cream Puff by Morphe. I've hit pan on this, but this is just a very light setting powder that I'm going to use to set my lid. And this is my E23 brush that I'm using to do that. Okay, so the first color I'm going in with is this Makeup Forever M545. I will put on the screen the actual name of it that's on the website now. When I bought them, they didn't actually have names. So I'm just going to use, this is my E22 brush. This is the original Elite brush. It's not as soft as the newer one, but I don't know where my new E22 is. So I'm just going to start in the crease. You don't really have to worry about that shape because we're going to cut it out with concealer. So as long as you have the shadows kind of where you want them to go, it doesn't matter. And hopefully this stays in focus so you guys can see this. Alright, I'm going back in with that E23 brush just to buff that out a little bit nicer because I want that to be more of a light wash of that mauve-y color. And I'm focusing this mostly above the crease. Like I said, we are going to clean it up with concealer, so it's not that big of a deal, but it is easier if you just focus it above the crease. See how this brush is kind of flat? So I focus the one edge of the brush on the crease and then the top part on the upper crease. So I'll show you. So I just kind of right here. So that one edge is then creating that crease line. And then the rest of the bristles kind of buff it up onto the lid, or onto the upper crease. So when you do it like that, I feel like it creates more of a crease. And then it focuses the majority of that color in the crease line. I'm going to add a little bit more of that shadow on this side because I feel like this side is lighter. This is my M433 brush by Morphe, which is my favorite for crease blending in my opinion. Like, it's perfect for getting right in that crease, but it's not too little that it doesn't allow you to blend it out very nicely. So the next shade that I'm going in with is the Makeup Forever 846. This one is called Morello Cherry, I'm pretty sure. And this is like a more of a red color because I do want this to be like a maroon mauve cut crease. So I'm going to pick a smaller brush to focus that. I think it's smaller. Nope, it's just the M433 with some red on the tip instead. I honest to goodness think I have probably like 5 or 6 of these M433 brushes. Okay, this is super pigmented. So I'm just going to focus that in the crease. Look at that, so intense. Don't worry, we're gonna blend it out. And it's gonna be darker. But the thing is I like to use this red color because I feel like when I go in with my darker maroon shades, sometimes you lose that kind of red tone to the maroon. So if I go in with a brighter shade first, before I go in with the darker shades, I feel like it still brings out that like maroon color that I want. The same applies with any other light colors you're doing. So like if you want to do like a forest green color and you've blended it and you feel like it's just turned into like a brown green instead of like a foresty green. If you start with a color that is a little bit brighter, that's gonna allow that color to shine through in the very end. So this is the E22. This is the new one because I found it. I'm just blending that out. I didn't have any shadow at all on this one. I'm doing more of the circular motions to blend this out. Oh, lovely, my battery's dying. This is Makeup Geek Tuscan Sun. So it's more of that kind of mauve-y, warm pink color. This is one of my favorite ones for the crease for sure. I'm just gonna use that E22 brush. I'm gonna blend that. See how it kind of warms everything back up? I just feel like it warms it all back up. I'm going to take that E23 again with nothing on it and just blend out that brow bone a little bit so we don't have any harsh lines. I'm going to use Makeup Geek's Plumeria Full Spectrum Liner to carve out my crease line. And as I mentioned before, this does not have to be perfect, obviously. So I'm gonna use that Sephora smudgy brush that I always use. I don't honestly know where I got it, but it's just a little smudgy brush like this. And I'm going to gently smudge that out. I feel like this is not gently at all, but whatever. I'm going to roughly smudge this out. This is Bitten by Makeup Geek, and this is one of the darker shades we're gonna go in with. And I'm using that M507 brush to buff this into the crease. And these next few colors are probably my favorite. I'm going to add a touch of Cherry Cola by Makeup Geek. That is what we're gonna really focus on in the crease, using that same M507 brush. And it's okay that this looks super messy right now. It's totally fine. I do the same thing on this side with Cherry Cola. And it's okay that this looks really scary right now. Don't worry, it's gonna get better. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of that Tuscan Sun on that M433 and blend that out. And see how now I'm just blending above the crease. I'm not actually blending into the crease. And then I'm gonna get that other M433 brush and blend into the crease. And I put a touch of Cherry Cola on this one. All right, so I'm gonna take this E36 pencil brush by Morphe and a little bit of, this is Americano by Makeup Geek, so we're gonna go in with a little bit of that on the crease to darken it just a touch more. I'm gonna go in with the E22 brush with Tuscan Sun on it one more time just to really blend that out. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with that concealer and the Morphe M160-1/16 brush. Every time, that one gives me a hard time. So I've just got that concealer packed on there and we're gonna carve this out. Alright, so I'm going to take this flat Morphe brush. It doesn't have a name on it anymore, but I'm pretty sure it's a Morphe brush. It's just this little flat, like, brush. There's nothing fancy to it. I'm going to take some concealer and just fill in those places that need filled in. So I'm going to use Confection by Makeup Geek, which is just this very light, cool pink shade on this flat Morphe brush that does not have a name for whatever reason. I'm doing this for a couple reasons, not necessarily because it alters the coloring, but just because it sets everything and makes it look very smooth, and that concealer isn't going to move that way. Okay, so now for the glitter liner. So I'm going to use this bent eyeliner brush. Hopefully you can see that. It's literally just a little bent eyeliner brush. You can get these on eBay, a ton of them for super cheap. The Ben Nye glitter glue, and then the Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics beige glitters. So it's kind of a rose gold, thicker glitter, I would say. I will dip my brush into the glitter glue and dip it into the glitter like this. See how there's just a teeny tiny bit of glitter on the tip of that? That is the trick. So I'm gonna start kind of right here. Okay, so the glitter and the eye makeup part is done. I just need to do the eyeliner. I use my the Morphe Slate Gel Liner, which I've reached almost the end of, with the Sigma EO6 brush. So I'm going to go in with the Lena Lashes in Nayeona. This is how you spell it if you want to look them up. These are honestly some of my absolute favorite lashes of all time. I'm telling you, they're gorgeous. All right, so I use a little bit of the House of Lashes lash glue. Just going to put a little bit of glue on the tops here. Give that just a second to dry. I'm just going to add a little bit of eyeliner on top of that lash line to hide it. Alright, so I'm going to use a little bit of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Okay, so I'm going to fill in my brows, and I think I'm going to skip through this part, through this tutorial. I can't decide if I want this to be in this tutorial or not, because I feel like I should make this its own tutorial. So I'm going to just brush all the hairs up, and I'm using my brow definer in medium brown. Now we're going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Ash Brown with the number 7 brush. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Brow Gal in Clear, which is upside down. The clear brow gel that they have for my brows. So we're gonna go in with the Professional by Benefit to kind of smooth out any imperfections or anything like that.
Be nice.
Yeah, I know. And we're gonna go in with the Liquid Makeup Forever Foundation in R230. And I'm just gonna blend that in with my beauty blender. Alright, so I'm gonna go back in with that Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair Neutral for underneath of my eyes. Alright, so I'm going to take my RCMA No Color Powder that I've put in this container with my Morphe M438 brush, and I'm just going to set my under eyes. Okay, so I'm going to use my Full Lips Enhancer in medium oval while I do my contouring, just because I like to let it sit for a minute. So I'm going to go in with the Makeup Geek contour pans, yet again in these light and porcelain shades. I will link them down below and put them on the screen so you can see which ones I'm using. And then I will be going in with Makeup Geek blush. I've yet to decide which one I want, but I might be mixing a few. Okay, so let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of chapstick on my lips. The Morphe M432 brush, and I'm going to go back in with those same shades I used before, Bitten and Cherry Cola, and a little bit of Tuscan Sun. Alright, I'm going to line my lips with the NYX Cosmetics Peekaboo Neutral color, and then I'm going to go in with Celebrity Skin and Drug Lord by Jeffree Star. Okay, so we're going to go in with the M501 brush by Morphe and Champagne Pop to highlights. And we're just going to do that on the cheekbones and tip of the nose. Alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something new. I'm obviously very obsessed with this glitter cut crease. I've done it like 100 times. I feel like I do it a little bit differently every single time I do it, but this is my favorite look that I do. I actually just wore this look when I went to LA the last time, and I went to the Makeup Geek lip launch party, and I got so many compliments on it, which is a big deal because everybody there is like super into makeup. So I got a ton of compliments on it, and even Mikey, when I talked to Mikey, she asked me how I did the glitter liner like this. So you can pretty much make any glitter a glitter liner if you have the right tools. I really recommend that Ben Nye glitter glue and those cheap little eyeliner brushes. They're perfect for it. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys want a brow tutorial, like an entire video based on the brows, and the next couple videos are going to be a little bit different. I know I have my beauty room tour, I have the 50 facts about me tag coming up, and a Morphe haul coming up. So we might have a little bit break from tutorials for a little while, but I want to kind of catch you guys up on everything I've been doing and stuff like that. You can go follow me everywhere. I'm on Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, all of those places there. A lot of times my Snapchat is where I post my makeup looks first, but then they're always on my Instagram, so if you follow those, that's where if you care about the makeup looks, that's where they're going to be first. And I think that's all I have to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below, like I said, and let me know what you want to see next. And if you could make sure that you subscribe, that's very important, so that way you can see all my future videos. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.